Hello everybody, and hello again as the game is telling me. And welcome back to some more Lingo. Oh boy, the last two episodes were a mess. Specifically the ends of them, just because I got overly confused is the best way to put it. I'm gonna be honest, I'm not overly happy about last two episodes just because I kind of stared at them for a while and inevitably figured it out because, yeah, and I do not want to talk about me not taking the context clue of, the answers is stuff. Look, it was a mess, I admit. I'm sorry. Absolute mess. Let's have some fun today. Let's try and finish this one. Right, this is the one that I really was struggling with. So, lotuses are, lotuses, got the book on me. Welcome back to Lingo, everybody, by the way. Don't know if I said that already. If I have, then not well. I'm losing my mind. Something on the clue, or in the clue, or done in the clue. Are you a plant? Are you... So, lotuses... Give me a second. Lotuses are, like, lily pads, basically. We could go... I mean, here's the thing, it is specifically plural. Let's see here, there's, seeds. We got seeds. We got lotus itself, okay, that's mean. Part of a plural is yes itself, but I was, hoping that was gonna be wrong. That's just mean. That's just mean. The extractable, the table. The table? The tract, the extra, I'm sorry, what? It's 5 letters, right? The something. The extra is a no. The Etrat is not a word. The exact? Is that the one? The exact? There it is. Alrighty. So, I want to tell everybody something. My goal for the rest of this series is to make sure that, like, every single day I'm coming back here and just chipping at some ones that I feel like I can handle, and hopefully get this done quickly. I still don't like this corner, and there's one of these other ones apparently, right? Because, yeah, we got 6. So I don't like this corner. I don't like this corner. This is annoying. This is painful. Inevitably, we'll figure this out. Hopefully. But yeah, no. Let's continue our dives into level 2. We've got a lot of pain to go handle. I've been wanting to get this one done. Like, this whole area is confusing to me, especially these ones in particular that are just blank remember me. They're annoying. Like, really right now, my goal is almost, like, I want to find some areas that I know I haven't done. Let's take this one, for example. I forget which one it is. Assignment. Let's see here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So, same amount of letters as assignment. Similar sounding word to assignment.
Assignment.
Mint. I'm betting the assignment is kind of it. I'm more confused than anything on what this is. Yeah. I mean, this is why I got stuck last time, was because I looked at this, said assignment, thought it was assignment because, you know, haha, funny, if it's the same word. And then kind of was like, no. So what's a similar, or assignment, yeah, so kind of want like a similar sounding word to assignment. Yeah, because reading, pleading, ergonomics, economics, scissor, science, llama drama, assignment, like alignment is in my head, but like that's not a school-based word. This area is very school-based in theme, you know. Another word for assignment. Let's see here. Yeah. Here's the thing, like, I think of homework as assignment, basically. Like, that's the word I think of, and it's, so I'm thinking of homework for this, but homework obviously isn't it, because we tried that and obviously it didn't fit, because it's 10 letters. Could be like administration wouldn't be it. Like this word is genuinely very confusing. Yeah. Of course, even like thesauruses are like homework. You know, like did you want homework as your similar word? A mint. Assignment. 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 You know what? Give me word hippo real quick. We want a 10-letter word, and I want it to end with mint, just so I can see all the different words that make sense for here. Yeah, so we got a whole bunch of words. 5 full pages of words, by the way. Could be like engagement, since that's like what a lot of classes tend to grade on or something. No. Let's see here. Fulfillment. Employment? Like, here's the thing. I get that it's school related. I get that it sounds like assignment. There's just no other word I can think of. Punishment? That would be hilarious because homework is rooted as a punishment, basically. Management could be the class. No. See, here's the thing. I don't know if I have the word right, which is why I'm like, yeah, so if we go with Einment, you know, the IGN mint, we get alignment, assignment, designment, alignment, which whatever the frick that word is, malignment, and resignment. So I'm betting the IGN is not the part that we care about then. And maybe the assign, no. Assignment is the only word that has the ASS. So maybe it's the mints then? Assign. Sounds like, yeah. Assignment is the only word that starts with the ASS thing, so. It's also the only word that starts with, like, AS among the 10-letter words, which is crazy to me. So, mints. In mint. Oh, wait. Using it wrong. Lovely. Let's see. Oh, government! Government! Yeah, of course that would be the class. There it is. I just was like, in mint. In mint. What's a valuable, or what's a valid one in there? Government. That makes sense. The learned. Yeah, that's just the learned. My brain looked at this and was like, the learned. Could it be the taught? Could it be the learner? No, I'm just an idiot. Proof that this game fries my brain unbelievably quickly. So that's the schoolhouse done. Really, in all honesty, again, goal is complete as many of these as possible. We're getting close to having that door open. I don't know what having that door open innately means per se. I'd like to hope that I know. And then this sends us back to here, which here is annoying. That's right. Purple has no entry because we haven't gotten in there yet. Or sorry, yellow has no entry. Let's run over to here. I could go poke around at the globe. The globe is one that I still haven't finished. Pants. Okay, so we got Brazil, India, Germany, pants. And this is rhymes with clue. What's a country that rhymes with pants? What? Countries of the world. Just because this is like the easiest way to work for it. So it's also one that's probably easy to find because all the ones on this lower level are relatively easy, like US, United Kingdom. Yeah. So face. So we remove a sound, or no, something. So something on the clue would be like an I. I'm trying to think of what this one would be. But yeah, something on the clue, and then you add letters to that. So I, like, my eye, nose, mouth, ear. My innate thought is like Iraq, Iran, something like that, you know. Island, but that's not gonna fit, you know. No, just curious. Is mouth, nose, eye isn't in there either. Ear. Got Herd Island. See, the problem is a lot of these places, like... So, it could be an I, you know, and go for I, but then, like, that isn't how the clue works, you know? Or at least how this clue in particular works. It just... Look, my innate thought, Italy. My second thought is... Could be, like, lips, is this one? God. This one continues to stump me. Rhymes with pants. So... France. If I could spell it. France. There we go. And then you're the only one missing on this level. Face. So something on the clue, meaning face, or something on our face, meaning like eyes, nose, skin, hair. And then you add a letter to it, or add letters to it. So, could be like, Spain doesn't make sense, Sweden doesn't make sense, Iraq does make sense, but again, not how the clue works. I don't know of a person who has fins on their face for Finland. I don't know people who grow poles out of their face for Poland. Italy or Italy makes sense, kind of, but, you know, again, doesn't fit. Eyes, ears, mouth, nose, hair. I just want to look, is there any hair in here? There's no hair. There's no ears. There's no... You know, question. Like, an earlobe globe? Okay. I was like, is it pulling a fast one on us and this one isn't actually, you know, one of those? No, it is. Taiwan, Moldova, Belgium, Lesotho, Armenia, Solomon, Albania, Guinea, Burundi, Haiti, Rwanda, North Macedonia, Belize, Israel. I'm like skimming through this list, just being like, what fits? A land. Thank you, Finland. The Isle of Man. St. Lucia. Like, it's bad that I'm this deep into the list and still have no idea. Nepal doesn't really fit, obviously. It's 5 letters. So I wish there was a way to sort a list by the amount of letters it had. Because that would help out here a lot. Japan, Ghana. Like, none of these are really making sense, is the thing. Greece kind of makes sense, but it doesn't fit. Ireland kind of makes sense, but also doesn't fit. Like, this one just doesn't make sense to me. Face something on or in or done on / in the clue. So something done on or in or done on the clue, you know. So something on the face. Add letters. Do you have any of the slightest how little this lowers it down? Belgium still doesn't make sense. Croatia doesn't make sense. See, this is the thing. I'm not good with geography, so my brain does not immediately think of any of the ones that make sense. You know what? For this one and this one, like, only, I'm gonna take this just so I can search the seas for something that makes sense. So that gives us Cambodia, Cameroon, Canada, Cape Verde, the Cayman Islands, Central African Republic, Chad, Chile, China. Is it China? Why is it China? Oh, Chin. Chin A. Ha ha ha. Very funny. Okay. Now we're into the unfair territory where things are gonna get rough. Alrighty, betting. We want something that sounds like betting. So I'm betting the ting is the part. Betting, or the bet is the part. That sounds similar. Betting. Betting. Betting, 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 betting. Betting. Or, yeah, betting. And it's 7 letters. 7 letters. Betting. Botswana? Belarus? Belgium? Belize? No, Belgium doesn't, or Belize doesn't fit. Belarus. We can go Belize just to make sure. This is why I hate purples. Could it be? It's not Benin. Belgium would be nice. Is it Belgium? Just to make sure. Alrighty, you know what? Fair, remove a letter. So, word within a word. Air. So, air. Could be Bon Air, Pitcairn. There's no air. Fair. Air, add letters. Or it's far. Add letters. Furrow. Furrow. No. Could it be fur, add letters? No. Far doesn't really work though. Fee? Fee would work. Spanish. The globe is painful. I hate... Look, I've never been a geography kid. I've never been good with it. Geography is one of my worst. Let's see here. Opposite of the body. Opposite of the body is... This is like a philosophical question. What is the body and what is its opposite? Well, the opposite of the body is everything else in life, you see. This one doesn't make sense. Homophone of body? This one's a two-worder. And they speak Spanish. Six followed by 5. If we go... No, like... See, none of the words, or none of the countries I'm finding have that exact thing. Guinea-Bissau is relatively close, but not close enough. Ivory Coast is a no. I also didn't even know that was a country, actually. If we go by... Marshall Islands is one letter in either direction. New Zealand doesn't fit. It's one of those... It's not a north or a south. It's like... Is it Puerto Rico? No, Puerto Rico isn't correct because it doesn't fit. You know, the other thing I should look at... Way. So it's got the A sound in it, which is the best I got. Or way. So somewhere in there is way. Which, helpful. Doesn't make sense, though. What do you mean that there's a different way in here? Or a sound to way in here? God. I swear, this area is just rough. Parrots. We've got remove a sound. So pots. Paro. Rots. Pots. Where's the P's on here, just so I can see it? We've got... It's also 5 letters, so... Could be hello. Hello, people from there. No. Couldn't really be anything else starting with a P, so... Arrow. If we go for arrow, we get Aruba relatively close. But that, again, isn't, you know, following the rules. God, this area confuses me. This is annoying. Orc is what we get as the clue. On bird. So on add letters. Bird is alternative clue. So it's a type of bird. What? What? Like, let me just make sure I'm reading that right. Magenta. Answer is a bird. So, country named after a bird? Country named after a bird? Oh, Turkey. What do you mean on? If I could spell. It's not Turkey? It's not Turkey. You're kidding. It's not Turkey. Map of countries named after a bird. Turkey. Oh, Guinea! Yeah, no. Canada Goose? But then that doesn't hit the on. Angola is apparently? No. Man, I love the internet just saying... The internet is just all over the place. Kosovo is apparently there. Is it Kosovo? What? Are we going to Canary? No, I'm like, these are places that all work. I'm a bit confused by the bird. L? You're kidding. It's an L. So we get Latvia doesn't make sense. Lebanon doesn't fit, but would work. Lesotho, Liberia, Libya, Liechtenstein, Lithuania, Luxembourg, Laos. What? Huh? What do you mean on? On with an L. 6-letter words containing on. Because otherwise, I do not understand, apparently. Oh, wait, no, Amazon doesn't work. Because, yeah, it doesn't start with an L. I'm like, Amazon is the only one I can kind of think of, but bird doesn't make sense there. L-M-N-O-P. What? Okay, I didn't know we were including cities. Also, I didn't know London was named after a bird. That's a bit extreme. So, oh, Rome is a city. My brain just went, Rome is in the, like, the Empire realm. So these are cities. Oh my. Do they match? No, they do not. They do not match, which means that I'm all over the place. So... God. Okay, so 5-letter word. So effectively, we need to find the word that makes sense to go into each word. So far, let's do this one. It's a 5-letter word. Make sure that I reset Word Hippo properly. So if we go for far, we get Farsi, which is something else, I believe. If we go for air, Aries, April. I need cities. I need cities for this. List of city names in the world. Okay, list of cities by country. Ah, great, that doesn't help me. List of large cities, maybe? Because, yeah, that helps. Alrighty, so if we go by the large cities in the world, and I just check, was Rome in there? Rome is not in there. I need, like, famous cities, sorry. List of famous cities. Famous cities. There we go. That helps us. List of cities by international visitors. Is Rome among them? Yes, it is. Okay. London is also among them because I know that. Alrighty, so that gives us a good place to start with all of these. So let's see here. Fair, air, R could be. This one might actually be Paris. Okay, it's not. I would have laughed if it was, but hey. Correct answer, technically. Oh, wait, no, it isn't, because the blue only goes one side at a time. Never mind, not correct answer. We need, like... Far, no. If I go air... we get Buenos Aires, which isn't good. Fur? That's just firm. So if I go... There is no air. There is no... If I go far-ish. If I go fa, that also doesn't work. If I go fee, that also isn't real. If I go we get... Do we get to see anything for IR? As I crash and burn. Istanbul, but that doesn't fit. AR is... Yeah... I'm just looking at these like, come on, they gotta have something here, Parrots might be Paris. Yeah, Parrots is Paris. I'm like, that one, pair, add letters to a sound, or remove a sound. Parrots, Paris. I can see it. Still one of my least favorite puzzle types in this world, or in this game, by the way. Orc is New York. Yeah. And that's a different word for it. Olden speech, add letters to, and then sound, or add letters to the sound. Unfashionable, the opposite of that is fashion. Fashionable, or unfashionable. So would that not be fashionable, add letters, but then what? I need like I need a different word for that. Two, add letters. So if we go TO, O doesn't have any, I believe. Yeah, it's TOO. And then we go to our list here. Boston doesn't fit. Cape Town, not there. Houston doesn't fit. Kyoto? Kyoto? 2? Porto, Quito. Homophone for 2. Tokyo? Tokyo actually makes more sense. Yeah, Tokyo, because that's the more popular one in my opinion, even though Kyoto was higher, technically. Alright, again, we're on the opposite of body. Might be mind. Mind's homophone? Mind? Hyoshin mind. So the opposite of body, mind, soul. Oh, soul. It's soul. There it is. I'm like, soul? Yeah, there it is. Got it. Okay. I'm getting this one relatively well. So, yeah. I mean, the good thing is about these pink ones is by saying it is, you know, answer is a type of clue, so it's a type of Spanish country. Get some pretty good ones. Spain doesn't have many on the list. Palma de Mallorca, Madrid, and Barcelona aren't really Spain. If I go Mexico, Mexico City doesn't really fit. If I go Portugal, you get Porto and Lisbon. If I go for Brazil, Rio de Janeiro, and Sao Paulo, again, none of these are really fitting. Also, way is part of it. So, way, add letters to the sound of that. Like, I need a word that looks like way. See, the problem is I also don't know all the countries that, like, speak Spanish because I'm not a Spanish speaker. I don't know really where in the world Spanish is used, personally. I know lovely lore of that boy. Doesn't know Spanish, barely knows French. The fun lore of that boy here is that I suck at learning languages because I try really hard to, and I've tried really hard in the past, but like I straight up suck at learning a new language because like my brain just can't flip the switch to learn a new language and try speaking in it, because my brain just thinks in, you know, English. So you throw in stuff like, you know, hey, by the way, it's, you know, you try and make me learn a new language, and I just can't think of it properly, basically, and therefore I just go, the entire time. The additive to that is like, also, if you go with, you know, like, music and stuff, like, I can write music, I can't read music. Ask me to play anything, can't do it. I suck at playing music because it's like, to me, reading a new language, and my brain just doesn't understand it. Just like it doesn't understand this one. Fair. So I just want to see if fa is a valid answer, or shows up at all. Does show up a little bit. Peru, Buenos Aires, Rio de Janeiro, and that's it. So, does that show up on our list? Dubai. Dubai. Oh, I thought I had it. Buenos Aires, Chennai, Chiang Mai, Dubai, Frankfurt on Main, Jaipur, Mumbai, doesn't fit. Shanghai doesn't fit, Taipei doesn't fit, Zhuhai doesn't fit. Frankfurt on Main, San Fran. Like, here's the problem with this one. Like, I'm trying all the different combinations, like fa, I, fe, air. Like, I've tried all of these, and a lot of them just don't make sense. And the odd letters here is confusing to me. I feel like I'm being japed a little bit with how it's being used. So I'm not sure. So if I go Fey, yeah, obviously doesn't show up. If I go Air, by the way, I'm just looking at like countries online or like cities online basically with, you know, all the different things that show up. If I go far, yeah, far doesn't show up. Fa doesn't show up either. Like, how much are we removing from this one, game? How much are we removing, and why does it start with a C? Why does it start with a C? If it's Shiba, I'm going to be very confused. Like, why does it start with a C? Why does it start with a C? The only one on this list that makes sense to me is Shiba. And the rest of them are lying. Cities that starts with C. Cairo? Cairo? Yeah. Cairo. Okay, that one makes sense. I misunderstand the blue add letters because it can go anywhere. Yeah, because my thought with this was this is the ON here. This is the ON here, or sorry, this is the ON here. You add letters to that to get lawn, and then add letters to that is London. So yeah. Alrighty, we're again back in two-letter hell. Or two-word hell. Or it can be elsewhere, I don't know. I want to end this one with a good note of getting one of these done. Delhi, I believe. Delhi? Yeah, Delhi, or however you say it, which... This mess in here means something. Perpetual. Synonym for perpetual. Alrighty. Synonym for perpetual. So we get continuous, add letters, and then brown, remind me, brown bottom is clue becomes this with time. What? And it's a city? I have zero clue what you're trying to imply here. Like, this one is one where it's, okay, synonym of that, add letters to that synonym, and then the letters that you added to that become something. And then there's a second one. Look, man, I want to get this done. My brain is just fried. Part of me just wants to also come over here and be C. Of course you are. C. You're B. B. I don't need to search. I can look at B's. So we got betting Beijing. Okay. Yeah, I had to think about that. Betting Beijing. So yeah, the two we're missing are these ones, which B. You're an I, and you're a C. So there's 3 remaining, actually. 5. Oh yeah, 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, and then you, which you are a C. I want to look at some of these again. Unfashionable. Another word for unfashionable, or the opposite of unfashionable is chic. Add letters to that is Chicago. Hell yeah. Alrighty. If we go to you, we get a C word that is, blink, blink. Perpetual. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. No, 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 no. Okay, so it's not a popular sea town. Let's go to I just real quick, just to see if I can find it this way by using the I there. And then figuring out the rest of the clue from that. There are no popular I's other than Istanbul, which... Oh, Constantinople! Oh. Istanbul is next to Constantinople. Alrighty, what the frick are we Spanishing about with way? Like, way. Way is not on here. Cities that start with B. Just because. Cities starting with B. How are you, Buenos Aires? You're Buenos Aires. I've seen enough of you today. Okay. Buenos Aires? Way? Buenos Aires. Is it Buenos or Buenos? Buenos Aires? Look, the way doesn't make sense. I saw Spanish 2 words, thought about it, was like, oh yeah, Buenos Aires, that makes sense. Alright, this, the globe, the, 1, 2, 3, the, oh, you're not a country, never mind. I was like, is this the something? You're also green. The glow, the... So, it's a green bottom, or it's a green top, uncertain. It's not a green top. Found an environment, this. Yeah, you're the Earth. Thanks for being helpful. You're the globe. You're a globe. The EARTHEN. The earthen. No. The global. Aww. I'm like, is that it? Like, global? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. The something. It is the something. Found in environments. This, I mean, it's in like a box. Planet, planet is 6 letters. The something. The like, I would go with the traveling or something like that, but that doesn't fit this. The Earth. I mean, like, what's a 7-letter word for the Earth or a globe? 7-letter word for a globe. The sphere? Yeah, now. I'm like, me just looking at this like, spheres. The travels? The travels? The planets? Like, so I'm looking at some words online, by the way, that are similar to globes, and I'm like, you are not making sense. Oh, the worldly, maybe? The worldly, there it is. I'm like, looking at globe, another word for globe is worlds, apparently, with 6 letters, so it was like the worldly. Very weird puzzle. Alright, look at that. I have solved a few little places today. Thank you all so much for watching. Have a good one, everybody. We unlocked a new spot, I think. Have a good one, everybody. Bye-bye. We're checking this out next episode.